Hello YouTube, today I'm going to be back with another video. It's going to be a tutorial on directional building. Now if you don't know what directional building is whenever you're building in LEGO Fortnite, if you have a certain item, it grids, or that's probably a bad one, it like snaps on a grid and you could only place it from two directions and you could change the height variant. But today I'm going to show you directional building, which is, for example, for this little kitchen area, I wanted a flat background for this, so I flipped a floor and I put it on its side right here and made it like a little wall. So now it's like a bar and it has like a little kitchen in the back. And then also you could do stuff like this too, putting almost like making a subway table and putting lights over it, dangling from the ceiling and putting it where the studs aren't. So yeah, I do have two projects I want to show you and that I'm actually currently working on, and a little tip on the side on the best and easiest ways to build directionally. Alright, this is my little work area, my little workbench area I'm turning in. Currently this is actually all under development right now, so I have all my stuff just kind of thrown right here. This is going to be like a garden over here. This is a little building right now for the composter and the other stuff. I got Yeti on it and everything. This is like his home, but he has his own little shack, and over right beside it I'm gonna make my crafting area. And right here I want to do the same thing I did in the kitchen area over there and I'm going to flip these, which are floor pieces, which you normally would put on the floor to make it flat or do stuff like outlining a building or making trails. Now I'm going to show you how to put it on its side. Now I'm trying to block this front part right here, and in order to do that, this is actually future me. I did place this a little too far forward, so I have to move it back because of the drawer handles. If I place the floor sideways, it would clip into it and not allow me to place it, so I'm just fixing it right here so it allows me to place it. So in order to flip a normal floor, which you'd normally have snapped to the grid and normally used for trails or outlining a building, so instead of having a floor that looks like this, I'm going to show you how to do it the same way as the kitchen. First, what you want to do is pull out a small thruster. Now because I'm trying to block this bottom part of this thing, I'm going to put it above wherever I want to place it. So I'm placing it diagonally right here. I put the thruster right here. The reason we put the thruster on the wall is because if we take a floor piece, now I don't want something too big, so let's find the length of this. Alright, this one will work. So we're gonna put our little dot on our screen and put it at the bottom of the thruster. It's gonna flip it, and you want to go to the very, very back. So you want to stay on here. You want to aim like right here, like not at the bottom, but still on the thruster. Like right in between, basically just right on the side of it right here. So once you have it on the side and it flips itself, you could turn it and what is this called? The X and Y axis. And then you could use your arrows to move it side and then move it down. And then as you could see, it does snap to the floor. And that's how you build like little directional things, like for flooring, like you put little shelves and stuff. But this is actually too low, and if I put another one, it's going to be too high, so I'm going to actually design that differently. But that's basically how you put a floor on its side. Now for the lights, for example, for the lights in the kitchen, how I hanging from the roof, in order to do that, you basically just do the same thing, but you put it on the roof. So you go to your small thruster, you put it on the roof, and then you go to your lights, you take your light, you look at the corner of the thruster, and then you use your arrows to move it to wherever you want to put it, and then once you have your spot, just place it, and then you have an upside down hanging light. So there's that example. And then for directional building, like for example, let me go to my little landing pad. I have my airplane over here, but let me go to my landing pad and I'm going to show you the directional build that I built for the landing pad. Alrighty, and this is my landing pad right here. This is built diagonally. So as for example, as I could show you, this long piece, the grid is going this way. And we have it because you can't rotate it in this direction. So I have it facing towards my base right here. As you can see at the top of my screen, there's a little home icon. That's my base. I have this facing towards my base, so I could just take off and go straight to base in my grasslands. But this is not built on the grid. This is built diagonally. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, in order to do this, what you're basically going to do, it's really easy. You grab your pole, just a random pole, whatever you want to use. Now, we're going to do it, like, for example, just facing towards my base, because that's what I do with this one. So in order to do that, you just place the poles and line it up in a general area. Like, for example, this is flat and it's aiming towards my base. Now, it's not really like that spot on, so if I line these up, it's not like all the way on there. If I was able to, I could, if I want to, I could technically move this one over to make it more direct and on my base, like right there. And if I look at it now, it should theoretically somewhat line up. That's a little better, but it's not directly on it. So now what you want to do once you have your poles lined up to whatever target you have, you want to pull out a dynamic platform. Now, for example, I'm going to use this long one. We're going to place it, and then you want to take your character and push it up against the pillars. Now, if I could get it, pushes it way too fast. And then just make sure it's pushed up against it. Now, once it's pushed up against it, you're going to pull out your square foundation piece. You're going to place it on top and place at least just 3 on top of each other. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just basically there for support, and then we're going to use it to put a reference to the side. What you're going to do next is pull out a floor. You're going to put it on top of this and have it sticking out where you could see the bottom side of this. Now what you're going to do is grab a pole of any sorts, go underneath it, snap it onto the bottom, and then use your arrows to pull it on the outward, and then you put it off to the side. Now you are good to break this now. Then once you have this all broken, you take whatever you want to put. For example, this, like, let's say, actually no, because we're building buildings, we're gonna go to our foundations, pull out a foundation, and you see how I'm aiming at the pole with my dot, same thing as we did with the thruster. So we want to lock it to the floor, so we're gonna aim at the bottom of the pole, and then like we did with the lights, you're gonna use your arrows to pull out, and then you could place your foundation. And then you have a directional foundation and a pole. This is basically just your guide. Now your foundation is pointing in the direction you want it to point. And then from there, you could do whatever you want. You could snap onto it and build a bigger area and build just a house. You could do basically anything you want. Let me put this on real quick. You could basically build whatever you want with this and different ideas. You could also change the elevation based off of this. So let's say I want it like a little lower. It's kind of hard to do it on some terrain. It's kind of hard to explain, but you can see how it went lower, like basically a stud right there. You could go lower with it. It just kind of sometimes snaps on the floor and you can't glitch it through the floor, which kind of sucks. But as you can see, this right here is just all directional foundation pieces and then self-built little two-sided area with open roof and open 2 walls with a stopper right here for a landing pad. And then whenever I land, my tires hit this if I go too far and it stops me. And that is how you build diagonally, from building buildings diagonally and just, or a quick like little light or fencing or something like that. Or if you technically really wanted to, you could do your directional build, right? And then you could come up with new ideas. Like, it's truly endless of what you could actually do with it. and you grab your thruster, put it on the side, and then what you could actually do, instead of using like these generic fences, you could technically go to your floor if you want a more modern fence. Look at it like we did at our shack. So you get it, rotate it, bring it down, over, and place it, and then you could destroy your thruster and your pole and do that, and then you can make more modern fences instead of using just a generic fence, which is actually pretty cool. But the things you could do with directional building is kind of endless, and it's actually very fun to do because to be honest, it actually feels like Lego. So you build any direction, like you could basically do anything with directional building, and it's really cool. It's not even that hard to do either. It just takes like literally a few seconds to set up and you got a diagonal building. More people do it because it looks better, and people like to like build diagonal trails and stuff. It just makes it look more realistic and less Fortnite-ish, I guess. Also, another pro tips too, just like little add-ons, like special little tips. Do this glitch. This glitch is insane. It's just a dramatic foundation. I use a small one. You put one of these activating balloons in a switch, and because I don't really like walking up and down this hill all the time because it takes forever, what you're gonna do is jump, and then while you're in the air, click the lever, and it's gonna send you flying, just like that. And then you could use this for transportation. I just use it to get up here real fast. You could also build those, which are very, very helpful. And let me actually switch this back to daytime, and then like let me sleep, and then we'll come back and I'll show you like a few more pro tips on little hints and hacks I do to help me in my survival world. Alright, now we're back and it's turning morning. Another pro tip is you want to build something like this. Now, as you can see, I did use a bit of directional building here, because if you take a balloon, you can only place a balloon like this. You can't put it on its side. As you can see right here, I'm aiming on the side. It's putting it the same way it is on top, but you can't put it sideways. I did the thruster trick that we did in the barn over here, or the thing that we did down there, and you put the balloons on the side. You put thrusters so your thing doesn't go flying up in the air. And then you put an engine of any kind. I did a large engine because it's faster, it's easier. And then you just basically build a basic car. And then you just put the two thrusters, you use the direction of building to put balloons, and then you got basically the most OP'est thing you could ever make. Just to give you an example, this is Frostpine. You could build this early on in the game, and you could get any wood type you want. For example, Frostpine. I got it. You could do this with the desert, you could do this with trees, and you could just, it's way easier just to farm this way. It saves you hundreds of hours on grinding for durabilities on weapons. It saves you hundreds of hours on getting obsidian for purple pickaxes and stuff like that, because you could do this with ores as well. So for example, I think I have some over here. The green gem, I forget what it's called. But just for example, there's a green gem right here. You aim your balloon at it, you hit it, and it breaks gems too. And then you just click it. It saves durability on basically any of your tools. And it's probably one of the most OP things you could do in LegoFortnite itself. It is technically a glitch, so don't be surprised if it is patched later in the future. I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, a lot of people are hyped on these balloons, and I don't feel like Fortnite's going to be changing it anytime soon. Now, another pro tip too is invest in something that's worthwhile. For example, I did have originally just a truck with like 3 chests on it. One, that was not enough storage. Once you get higher up in levels, you have so much resources that you need that you can't like physically keep intact or keep up with your storage. So what I did is I destroyed it entirely. I made a prototype on a basically like a portable base. It was really big and it was made out of frost pine, so it wouldn't break. But I had a problem with it and I couldn't get, no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to lift off the floor. So I built a new prototype, and that's what this is. And this has actually been in my previous episode. It was kind of short, just showing it off. Nothing special. But I did do some upgrades. So it is a portable base. It has a crafting table, a bed. It has 8 chests. I have currently 6. I think these are medium-sized chests. I can't remember. It's the second to most expensive. Large chests. Never mind. So I got 6 large chests on the outside. And if you come inside, we got the driver's seat. We got a chest back here. I use this for like the batteries for my tractors and stuff. I just throw it all in here. Then we have our enchantment table. We have a fireplace so we're not getting cold in the winter. We have a grill. We also have 2 chests in here. And I also have these currently organized. Some of them are out of organized. Like, I like to keep these in order, but I'm kind of running low because I've been building out this village and it's been taking a while. But as you can tell, we have all this. We have it somewhat organized, as you can tell. And yeah, I'm just like, I built this portable base and it took me a while. It took me, I think, 3 hours to make it. It's probably one of my best investments. It saves me so much time. Everyone else usually just grabs the materials, runs through a project, does the project, runs out of materials, and is like, oh crap, now I gotta run all the way back to base, get my stuff, and come all the way back here just to build again so I could go do that process all over again. Why? When you could build a portable base, bring all your stuff to the one area, and just work on your project. That's what I'm doing. All this stuff in here is all my stuff. I don't even have anything at this main base over here. All my stuff is literally in this one chip. It's all organized, everything's in here. Oh, not the flex, all 3 lightsabers. Not the flex. But all my stuff is in here, all organized and everything. Everything I would basically need for generic building. Like, I don't keep that much wood. Like, people usually do stuff like max out a whole large chest with nothing but one type of wood. I don't do that. I like to save some storage. For example, here I use a lot of frost pine up here because I'm building on the frost pine biome. With the Japanese builders take usually a lot of frost pine. So I have a bunch of frost pine right now, and I have other generic wood types. I do need to get probably more flex wood and some more canoe. And then over here is where I normally keep all this wood, but I've been building again my village over here, and I've been needing the wood, so I have it currently on me. But as you can see, I have this one for all normal wood, this one for, alright, so the 2 is so this first row right here is the 2 generic wood types. So this is canoe and flex wood. So this is this row, and at the bottom this is all frost pine, and that's usually how I organize this chest right here. This one I would max out with nothing but my wood. And then if you need like wood planks for like flooring, fencing, or just anything, I keep it out here, and I think it's this chest. I keep it out here, and I have it all organized in a certain manner where I try to remember, but I change the chest so it looks different, so my brain's like still trying to remember it. But if you can, try to invest in a portable base. If you guys want me to, comment down below, and I'm willing to try to come up with a tutorial on how I built this. I kind of just winged it and tried to build something as good as possible that could be convenient for me. But if you guys really want to, I could try to break this down and do a tutorial on it. It's pretty fast. It has a lot of thrusters, as you can tell. There's also a little glitch I did too. As you can see, there's light up here. There's these 2 lights right here, but even if you break those, there's still going to be a light. If you're wondering how, if you look in this hole right here, if I can get it, if you look in this hole, how do I show this? If you look in that, like the little hole, like right next to the corner fencing, you could see a bumper in there with the lights. It's currently just actually floating. There's nothing attached to it, and that's one of the glitches I use. So even without these lights, but as you can see, there's still light up here. It's not much, but it's still there. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that. If you can, invest in a portable base, invest in a tractor. The biggest, OPest, most time-saving things you could do are these two things right here. These will save you so many hours from just bringing all your resources to the one project you're doing, so you don't have to keep them running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, doing the same stuff over and over, to this where you can farm hundreds of items in literally seconds. It's just OP. If you don't have this in your world, you're low-key lacking. Now, I think that's going to be all for right now. I know there's more pro tips out there, I can't really come up with them right off the top of my head right now, but those are just some of the pro tips and also how to directional build. If you guys did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated, also helps my videos. Yeah, see ya. Hello everyone, this is actually future me. This is gonna be like a little Easter egg. So recently on my channel, as you guys probably seen from previous episode, probably not, it only has like a few views. I did have my gallbladder removed, had surgery, so I stopped posting for a while, and I'm actually still in the recovering process, but I'm feeling much better. And I just want to let you guys know that my quality on my videos, I've noticed, is very poor. So I'm going to start investing more time and effort into videos such as this one, and better editing. I'm not the best at editing, but I'm just wanting to let you guys know that I do have more ideas. I've been switching games a lot, and I think I'm gonna just settle with one game, and that might be LegoFortnite. But yeah, I just want to keep you guys informed and let you guys know if anyone is here. I know there's a few supporters, like 6 people I think. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know. Thank you, bye.